Hey, Pastor David here. I wanted to answer the question, did all mankind fall in Adam's first sin? Talked about the fact that Adam and Eve were the first ones to sin. Specifically, the Bible lays the responsibility on Adam for the first rejection of God and disregarding him in his world that led to the fall. The question then would be, did all mankind fall in Adam's first sin? And the answer is, all mankind, coming from Adam by ordinary birth, sinned in him and fell with him in his first sin. See, the Bible regards us as fallen in Adam, that we have fallen with him because of his first sin. Let me read for you Romans 5:12. It says, "Therefore, just as sin entered the world through the one man, and death through sin, in this way death came to all people, because all sinned." Verses 18 and 19 continue later. It says, "Consequently, just as one trespass resulted in condemnation for all people, so also one righteous act resulted in justification and life for all people. For just as through the disobedience of the one man many were made sinners, so also through the obedience of the one man many will be made righteous." 1 Corinthians goes on, but before I talk about that, I want to point out the fact that it describes Adam's sin as having an impact that on all humanity from him. That's why the answer is that all mankind that comes from Adam by ordinary birth, all mankind coming from Adam by ordinary birth, sinned with him and fell with him in his first sin. So 1 Corinthians 15:21 and 22 says this, "For since death came through a man, the resurrection of the dead comes also through a man. For as in Adam all die, so all in Christ will be made alive." Here's the dynamic that the Bible presents for us. God considered all mankind as being in Adam, all right? So that when Adam went bad, we all went bad in him. By virtue of belonging to Adam's race, all right, the nature that we have is morally corrupt. So we are all under God's wrath by nature. That's what Ephesians 2:3 says. So from the time we were conceived in the womb, we are by nature deserving of wrath. And this is why conversion and salvation must be more than just a decision for Jesus Christ. It must be a new creation, a new birth, an exchange, a change of heart. All right, so even in the passages I began to read, it says that in Adam all die, and in Christ all will be made alive. Well, think about it this way. Those born in Adam, which is all humans by natural birth, normal generation, ordinary generation, as our forefathers and mothers in the faith would say, by ordinary generation, are born in Adam's sin. But in order to be included in Christ's righteousness and obedience, we have to be born in Christ, reborn. No one can be saved unless they're born again. There really are two tracks for the human race, and they're decided by birth. We're naturally born into Adam's sin. We're born of the Spirit into Christ. So that birth tells us where we're at with God. We are naturally in Adam, under sin, under guilt, and participating in that with our corrupt nature. But if we're born of the Spirit, we can be saved in Christ. The question, though, we want to focus on for now is, did all mankind fall in Adam's first sin? The answer is yes. All mankind, coming from Adam by ordinary generation, or by ordinary procreation of humanity, ordinary birth, sinned in him and fell with him in his first sin. That is how we need to think about the way humanity has been placed under sin through Adam's first sin.
Praise the mountain fixed upon it, Mount of God's unchanging